Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Muc-Off Foam Sprayer. The Muc-Off Foam Sprayer is a compact and portable way to get a rich foamy coverage on your bike or your motorcycle for cleaning without the need for a pressure washer. Use a built-in hand pump, so you can simply pump it on and then spray it out with specific bike or motorcycle nozzles. You can see overall the shipping, you essentially get this by itself, so we got this in the box and all the contents are inside it. So I'll go ahead and open this up and grab those other pieces. We'll go over the specs. Retail price on this is $40, so definitely a little bit more expensive for a hand pump. It has, again, bicycle and motorcycle specific nozzles, so one is a little bit more narrow so you're not wasting the spray. It's rated for up to 3 bar or 43.5 PSI limit, and then the built-in pressure relief valve will let some of the air pressure out. Has a built-in safety lock so you don't spray it accidentally. And then it has a 1.25 liter useful capacity. So you can see it's actually marked on here. You want to fill it up to there and then start pumping and using it. The nice thing about this is you have an ergonomic design, so it's a lot better than your cheap flimsy hard plastic ones on the market. As far as what comes with it, you get a bunch of replacement foam filters. So these go behind the nozzle, so if they get damaged over time, you can clean them or just replace them. You have the purple nozzle tip for motorcycles, and then the pink one, which is a little bit more narrow for bicycles, and then a gigantic instruction manual, and you can see nice figures, and Muc-Off is all over the world, so you can see a bunch of languages printed on here. Now, if you're curious about the weight, so without any fluid in here, just the plastic container is around 600 grams, so fairly light. Visually, the Muc-Off Foam Sprayer looks a lot like your standard handheld spray bottles used for landscaping or home improvement. You essentially have a plunger on top that you push up and down, that'll build up pressure inside it, and then you have a little trigger here to release the air pressure. There's also a built-in safety release valve here, so once the pressure exceeds the limit, this will automatically release, and you can also pull it up, so you can see here, to release the pressure. So if I pull the pressure again, I can just pull up on here, and now release the pressure. The overall design of this is kind of an improvement over your standard one. So you can see narrow bottle, a much larger opening than other bottles. A lot of them have a little constricted point and then much wider on the bottom. This one looks more like almost like a tea kettle. You can see it's kind of tapered, but much larger on the top so you can fill it up easily. Muc-Off branding top and bottom, transparent center section, and you can see the indicators for how much fluid you have in here printed on the actual bottle. It's got this little plastic cup on the outside for more ergonomic, so you can actually hold it and give it a nice stable base so it stays stable. You have your pink accents that match the other Muc-Off branding, and then again, a plunger on top, but everything feels just a little bit more ergonomic than your standard spray bottle. Even the handle here, you can see it has little grooves for ergonomics again, and feels nice even though everything really is just hard plastic. This little pink nozzle cap, and then a little safety lever here. So if I push that over, you can see I can't push the throttle down or the trigger. So that means I can't accidentally spray it, and that's nice if you just want to store it. You can pop it over, and then you can see now you can release it. So pretty simple design overall. And the nice thing about this is really specific for bicycling. It has a much more narrow nozzle in here and additional foam filters here. So there's a little filter behind here and a separate nozzle tip for motorcycles that's a little bit wider. If we open this up, you can see simple indicators for lock and unlock. They've again just kind of addressed the pressure points, so the touch points are nicer, and then filling it up is a lot easier because you can see it's quite wide. You don't need a funnel or anything. And then inside here, you can see you have the little straw that goes all the way up, and then the inner portion for building up the pressure, and you just thread it on. Now let's take a look at the sprayer in action. To set it up, first you want to open it up and then pour in some soap. Here we have the Muc-Off Nano Cleaner. So it has a nice pink color that actually matches all the accents and the branding of the Muc-Off. So it looks pretty cool. You see just pour it in, and it's a pretty big sprayer. So you can see this whole 33 fluid ounce version will be completely emptied in here and even have space for more. So you can definitely clean quite a few bikes with this just one setup. Once you have it emptied out, you can see it's actually really easy to fill as well. because it has a big opening, unlike a lot of these standard sprayers which require funnels. So this one really easy. Then you just spin the top back on and you want to pump it up to build pressure. It takes about 15 pumps to get it fully pressurized, and you can see a nice big plunger. Pretty ergonomic too, so it works really well and doesn't feel uncomfortable to pump up. Once you have it ready, you can essentially do the whole bike with that first 15. As with any cleaning, first you want to hose it down, get any bigger particles off, and then come back with the sprayer. So you can see here we have our Trek Madone, and it's pretty dirty actually, so we've had a lot of wet weather out here. Then you take the sprayer, hit the trigger, and you can see really nice thick white foam. So it looks really cool. If you've ever seen car detailing videos, they turn the car entirely white, but you can see you're definitely wasting some spray. Because the frame is smaller, it kind of goes in between them, so you have to be really careful how you spray it if you don't want to waste too much. And then with the Nano Tech spray, you can actually just clean everything, drivetrain, wheels, in one shot, so it makes it really easy and you get that nice thick foam coverage. Then to complete the job, obviously you want to come in here and do some scrubbing after you let it sit for a little bit. Here we have the other parts of the Muc-Off cleaning kit. It has this nice brush, so you can get through the main frame portion, kind of scrub to get any debris or anything off there, and get the bike nice and clean. So it's definitely a cool setup. Obviously, it looks really cool, but again, you are wasting some soap compared to a standard setup with the basic sprayer or just using a sponge like you normally would. But definitely a cool setup, and the fact that you don't need a pressure washer or anything else makes it really easy. You just pump it up, take it out, and then again, that 15 pumps is pretty much good for 1 or 2 bikes even. So it's definitely very efficient. You get through your wheels and everything, and when you're done, you want to lift up the pressure to release it, and the little lock prevents you from accidentally spraying it. What we like about the sprayer is the fact that you have a portable design, so you can take this outside. You don't need a pressure washer or batteries. They also include the nozzle for the bike, as well as larger items like a motorcycle or even a car, so you can really get more use out of this. And it generates a very nice, rich foam that really gets into every nook and cranny to clean whatever you're trying to clean. The main negative is the fact that on a bike, you end up wasting soap even with a more narrow nozzle. A bike just doesn't have that much surface area, so it always sprays behind it. And if you try to do the wheels, it'll go through the spokes, so not as efficient as just using a standard sponge or using the little sprayer bottle. Taking everything into account, we'd give the sprayer an 8.5 out of 10. It's a portable foam cannon that makes it fun to clean your bike. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at sweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at The Sweet Cyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.